Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one is going to be the beginning of a brand new series here on the channel. This one is going to be the very first character evolution video. This one is going to be for the man himself, Rick Grimes. Alright guys, and the brand new character series officially begins today. So, really cool stuff. I wanted to start off, of course, with this new character series, the new character evolution series with my personal favorite character and, of course, the leader of course, this new series, which is going to be Rick Grimes. So I feel like it's only right and fair. We did this for the Spotlight videos. We did this for the good and bad videos that we did last year, and we're going to do this again this year. The first character evolution video we're going to do is going to be for Rick Grimes. So, definitely really cool stuff, guys. Next week, we will be doing the evolution of Daryl Dixon, suggested by Epic Zombie Killer, and then, any others, after Daryl next week, you guys can suggest that, and you guys will be the one that, determines, what's after Daryl. So, really cool stuff, guys, and just to remind you guys, you can suggest any character from The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, or The Walking Dead World Beyond. Any character from any of those shows is up for, a suggestion. Even the Walking Dead video game, if you guys want to. We could really go into that if you want, and, a bunch of stuff like that. Even if you want to do some of the characters from the comic book series, if there's a comic book adaptation of a character that you want to see me do a, video on, I can definitely do that as well. So this is really for the Walking Dead franchise, too, so it's not just the main series. But, yeah, so that's just to let you guys know. But, okay, so Rick Grimes. So, of course, the character that, we all started The Walking Dead with, and basically, let's talk about Season 1. So, in Season 1, his, kind of beginning of his story is basically, he has woken up in the zombie apocalypse, and he is now going to try to find his family. Whether or not they're alive or dead, he's going to try to see if they're alive, and he's going to try to find them. And that is basically his kind of, journey throughout the first season, is finding them and then, really taking over a group and, kind of, trying to he really, by the end of the season, he is completely taking over that group, and he and Shane are trying to get the group to safety, and basically by the end of Season 1, they end up leaving the CDC just in time. However, Rick and the others do get out of there, and Rick is basically the leader of a group of survivors from the beginning of Season 1, a simple, officer looking for his family, and by the end of Season 1, he is a man leading a group and, fully making the decisions. So, is that not a great character evolution for the first season? I definitely think it is. Now, Season 2, we basically cut into him as a leader. We get to see, of course, his son get shot. And then, of course, we get to see kind of the progression of that as he tries to get, Herschel convinced that they can pull, they can, definitely, they are valuable to Herschel. They can definitely do things to kind of keep, the farm safe. And Herschel doesn't really want them to stay. However, Rick does prove himself a lot. And he shoots a couple guys in the bar just to protect the farm from any potential threat on the outside. And basically, by the end of the season, they lose the farm, and Rick has to kill his best friend before he kills him. So, that is an amazing evolution for a character in Season 2. I think Rick definitely changes enough in Season 2 as a character. It really changes a lot after he kills Shane. Now, Season 3, he really jumps into more of that Rick-tatorship that we all kind of talk about. And basically, in Season 3, he kind of, he finds a place for the group. He finds the prison, and then he loses Lori, and he has a new baby now to actually, have to kind of keep safe. So now he has Carl and Judith to keep safe. However, he loses Lori in the process, which is really unfortunate. So, obviously, he struggles with that a lot throughout the season, whether or not you like that, hallucination stuff or not. We've discussed that many times, but it's a very kind of interesting arc that they take the character on. And also now they have to fight the living. They have to deal with a threat on the outside, but now it's the human threat more so, and that is the governor. Now, how Rick handles the governor is very interesting because he does not really stand down. He tells him straight up, he says, like, I will kill you, like that type of thing. So, I like it. I think it's a really interesting character arc. And for Season 3, I think that character has gone through a lot, and I think that his journey in Season 3 is pretty heavy when you look at that him finding a home for the characters, finding the prison, and then, losing Lori, and then on top of that, fighting for what's his, fighting for the prison, and trying to keep the prison standing against the governor in Woodbury. I think it's an amazing journey for that character. Season 4, we basically head into kind of a more... Now, in Season 4, it's a bit more interesting because they don't know where the governor is. They assume that the governor may have just kind of given up, that type of thing. And Rick, in this kind of season, tries to give more of a life for Carl and for Judith, and he kind of, he does the whole farming thing, and he kind of takes a step back from the outside world a little bit, as Herschel kind of wants him to, maybe just, for his own good and for Carl's own good after, a lot of dark stuff in Season 3. And obviously, we have the illness storyline that, goes on, and Rick, is so wrapped up in this kind of new, philosophy of life, is that, when the governor shows up at the tank, he doesn't just, say, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. No, he's like, we can all work together. There's enough room for all of us. And, he tries it. And I do like that because it just shows that Rick does believe a little bit, at least, in kind of, or at least he's trying to believe in the world that Herschel wants Rick to believe in. But, it just doesn't work, unfortunately. And then by the second half of Season 4, that idea completely changes as he loses basically everything. He even thinks he loses Judith for a time. And then him and Carl are on their own. They do run into, of course, Michonne runs into them. And they decide by the end of it they're scared, but they're going to try to join another, place, which is Terminus. And, obviously by the end of the season, it is good because they meet up with the group, but they are trapped in a predicament that is, not good. And on top of that, he bites a dude's neck out to protect his family. So, I think that's an amazing journey for Rick in Season 4, to be honest. How much that character changes in Season 4, from the beginning to end is incredible. Season 5, Rick is at his best for me, in my personal opinion. I think Rick in Season 5 is at his best. And Season 5 is very interesting how his character changes, because he starts off in Season 5 and he's just like, no, I'm going to kill every last one of those termites. I'm going to kill every last one of them. And then basically, you got the hospital storyline, and Rick wants to just storm in there and take out all the cops. And it's like, no. Tyrese comes up with an idea, he disagrees with him, but then Daryl speaks up and he's like, no, that'll work too. Everybody goes home, like he said. And Rick's just like, okay, so he tries to soften to the idea of maybe giving, these hospital people a chance to just give over, Carol and Beth. And basically, that, of course, does not go well. Beth kind of kills herself because she just does something absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me, but that's neither here nor there. And, Rick and the others experience this, and that really hits home for Rick as a character and for the group. Now that Beth is no longer with them, and now in Season 5's second half, he doesn't trust anybody. After Terminus, he does not trust anybody. And, Aaron comes in. He is kind of an interesting character to see, but Rick doesn't trust him. It takes a lot for Rick to trust him. And then by the end of Season 5, he just can't go back to normal. He can't. He's so far into this world now that he can't go back. He can't be this nice, officer guy in the town breaking up fistfights. It just doesn't work. And, instead, he starts a fist fight, right? So it's just like, yeah, I guess not. But, but in Season 5, he really wants the Alexanders to know what the world is, and he's so frustrated because they don't know. And he's trying to make them know what the world is like. Now, in Season 6, Rick kind of softens a little bit, and he kind of becomes more that, proud, leader and proud of Alexandria. And, they defeat the zombie herd, they defeat the wolves, they, enter this problem with the saviors, they think they won, they think they've got them, and by the end of the season, Rick has been fully beaten. So that is a huge evolution for his character in that season, going from fully confident to, at the end of the season, completely, helpless and not really sure what to do, which is really unfortunate. Now, in Season 7, Rick has lost all of his, faith, all of his kind of, idea of, being, this leader that will do whatever he can for the group. No, he more so is like, okay, we're outnumbered. I can't do anything anymore. I can't, and that's really sad for his character. And throughout the season, as Negan pushes his buttons more and more and more, Rick gets that Season 6 Rick back in him at the end of Season 7. And even in front of Negan, right to Negan's face, he's like, I'm going to kill you. Nothing is going to change that. And I think that is a fantastic evolution for his character in terms of how much he changes in Season 7. In Season 8, Rick goes through one of the hardest experiences the character's ever gone through, as he starts off in the season very, very positive, very kind of, for the future, that type of thing. He's going to kill Negan. He's going to do all this stuff. And by the mid-season finale, he realizes that, okay, I need to pause for a second here. Like, my son is bit. What on earth just happened, you know? And it's, man, it really just, I feel like this is the moment that really hits Rick's character more than ever in the show. And honestly, even Andrew Lincoln as an actor, I feel like Andrew Lincoln still was really upset by this decision and was really not, you know, happy with this decision at all for the Carl death. And not long after that, Andrew Lincoln left the show, too, which also definitely makes you wonder, you know? It's like, yeah, he wanted to have time with his family, but if you watch any of the interviews in Season 8, Andrew Lincoln, that's all he talks about is that I cannot believe Carl is gone. Like, it's like, yeah, the war, like, all that stuff, that's great. But I can't believe Carl is off the show, you know? And I think that really did, you know, for the actor here, I will mention, I think that is definitely, you know, kind of something that affected the actor as well, too. But in terms of Rick's character, he acts emotionally, and he goes after Negan, and he does all this stuff, and then by the end of the season, he decides that, you know what, Carl, you know, like Carl says, sometimes you have to show your parents the way. Well, you know, maybe in this instance, maybe, you know, that makes sense. And he spares Negan's life. Obviously, Maggie's not happy about that, but, you know, it is what it is. And then in Season 9. So, in Season 9, Rick is trying to kind of go back to what he was like in Season 4, actually. Trying to make a life for everybody. And I don't care what anybody says. As much as some people say Rick should have killed Negan under that tree. Absolutely, I hear you. But look at the life Rick built. I mean, honestly, with all of these communities, before he left, all of these communities that he built together, everybody was coming together to build this bridge and all this kind of stuff. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but, you know, Rick was finally starting to kind of start, you know, bringing everybody together, at least a lot of the communities. And, you know, minus the Saviors. But at least he was starting to do that. And then, basically, Maggie showed Oceanside the way, so to speak, and now Rick's, you know, kind of way is going down a little bit now, unfortunately. And, you know, Rick, I know a lot of people, you know, disagree with Rick's idea, maybe he should have killed Negan, absolutely, but I still think, you know, because you got to think about it, he led those communities, and by the time that, you know, the communities were, you know, like, by the time Rick left, those communities instantly were all separated for like 6 years, because Rick is the one that brought everybody together. So that is really my point about Rick, is that he brought everybody together. Once he left, the communities all were separated. They were all like, okay, like, that's it. And they never came back together until the Whisper storyline, basically. So, and Rick was the one that made that happen. So definitely very, very interesting stuff for sure. So basically, Rick decides in his last episode to take out this herd and to save his friends. And basically, his family is, you know, the characters that he has left. And, you know, he found his family, and that is basically it. So in the movies, basically, in the end, guys, in the end, after all 9 seasons, Rick has gone from a simple man looking for his family, and he is, you know, going to do anything he can to, you know, find his family. And I know people like to say it's the same thing, Dan. But the evolution that character has gone through now in the movies, in the new Walking Dead Rick Grimes stuff we're going to get, he is a man that will do anything to find his family. I don't know why. That, even though it's the same exact thing, the circumstances are so different, yet it's the same thing, and the amount that the character has grown, I think it's an incredible journey, and if you ask me personally, it's the best journey a character has had on the entire series. Just what the character has gone through it is unlike anything I've seen in a TV series ever, honestly. He is an amazing actor, an amazing character, and that is the evolution, guys, of Rick Grimes. So, I think his character has changed enough. I think his character absolutely has changed enough. He definitely has not always made the you know, most perfect decisions, but I think he's done a pretty darn good job of leading this group, if you ask me personally. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. Daryl next week, guys, so of course, get ready for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Reviews on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Everybody out there.